Greetings, seekers of truth and fellow spiritual explorers. Today, we delve into the profound realm of spirituality to unravel the intricacies of the ego, the incessant seeker of validation. Join me as we journey through the depths of self-discovery and understanding. The ego, that ever-present companion on our life's journey, is often regarded as the I or the sense of self. However, in the context of spirituality, we recognize that the ego is not enough. It is a limited construct that continuously seeks external validation to sustain its existence. From our appearance and achievements to relationships and possessions, the ego relentlessly seeks validation in the external world. It craves approval, recognition, and success to fill the void within. But the question we must ask ourselves is, can the ego ever be satisfied with external validation alone? The ego operates under the illusion that external validation brings lasting fulfillment. However, the highs of approval and success are fleeting, leaving us in a perpetual cycle of seeking more. This constant pursuit can lead to anxiety, stress, and a sense of emptiness, revealing the inadequacy of relying solely on the ego for validation. In the journey of spiritual awakening, we come to understand that true fulfillment cannot be found in the external world alone. It requires a shift in perspective, a transcendence of the egoic mind. The first step is acknowledging the limitations of the ego and recognizing that its quest for validation is an endless cycle. Mindfulness, a powerful tool in the realm of spirituality, invites us to observe the ego without judgment. Through meditation and self-awareness, we can disentangle ourselves from the constant need for validation. Mindfulness helps us redirect our focus inward, discovering a deeper sense of self beyond the ego's desires. Beyond the ego lies the authentic self, the essence of our being untouched by external validations. Connecting with this authentic self involves embracing vulnerability, accepting imperfections, and recognizing that true validation comes from within. Self-love becomes a cornerstone in transcending the ego's quest for validation. By cultivating a loving relationship with ourselves, we break free from the need for external approval. Self-love is the key to unlocking the door to a profound and enduring sense of fulfillment. Spiritual practices such as meditation, self-reflection, and acts of kindness guide us on the path of transcending the ego. These practices create space for the authentic self to emerge, leading us towards a deeper understanding of our true nature. To truly transcend the ego, we must understand its origin. The ego often forms as a survival mechanism, helping us navigate the complexities of the world. However, as we evolve spiritually, we realize that the ego's survival tactics can hinder our growth, trapping us in a cycle of seeking external validation. A significant aspect of the ego's quest for validation is the trap of comparison. Constantly measuring ourselves against others creates a false sense of identity. Spirituality teaches us to break free from this trap, recognizing that each individual's journey is unique and our worth is intrinsic, not comparative. The ego often seeks validation through material possessions. Yet, the pursuit of external success and accumulation of possessions is a fleeting endeavor. Spiritual awakening calls us to transcend material attachments, understanding that true richness lies in the depth of our inner being, not in the accumulation of external symbols of success. In transcending the ego, we find a delicate dance between humility and confidence. Humility allows us to acknowledge our interconnectedness and the impermanence of external validations. Confidence, rooted in the authentic self, empowers us to express our unique gifts without relying on external approval. The ego fears failure and imperfection, seeing them as threats to its existence. However, in the spiritual journey, we learn to embrace these aspects of ourselves. Through failures, we grow, and through imperfections, we discover our humanity. True validation arises when we accept ourselves wholly, recognizing that perfection is an illusion. Surprisingly, the ego plays a role in our spiritual growth. It provides the contrast necessary for us to recognize our true nature. Spirituality is not about annihilating the ego, but rather understanding its limitations and gently guiding it towards alignment with the authentic self. As we transcend the ego's quest for validation, we align ourselves with spiritual values. Compassion, empathy, and service to others become guiding principles. Living in accordance with these values allows us to contribute positively to the world while finding a deeper sense of purpose beyond the ego's desires. Detachment from external outcomes becomes a crucial aspect of transcending the ego. By releasing our attachment to specific results and outcomes, we liberate ourselves from the ego's need for validation through success. Detachment fosters a sense of inner peace and contentment regardless of external circumstances. In the silence within, we find a sanctuary from the constant chatter of the ego. Spiritual practices that cultivate inner silence, such as meditation and contemplation, allow us to hear the whispers of our authentic self, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of true validation. The ego, accustomed to its patterns, often resists change. Spiritual growth invites us to confront and transcend this resistance. As we embrace change, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences, breaking free from the confines of the ego's comfort zone. One of the ego's primary arenas for seeking validation is relationships. Whether it's through approval, love, or acceptance from others, the ego seeks external confirmation. Spirituality teaches us to find the source of love within ourselves, freeing us from the dependency on external relationships for validation. Humility plays a pivotal role in spiritual growth, yet there's a paradox to navigate. While humility involves acknowledging our interconnectedness and the impermanence of external validations, it also requires recognizing our inherent worthiness. Balancing humility with self-recognition is the key to transcending the ego's insatiable quest for validation. The ego often seeks validation through societal labels, success, status, and recognition. In the spiritual journey, we learn to see beyond these labels, recognizing that our worth is not defined by external markers. By transcending societal expectations, we open ourselves to a more profound and authentic sense of self. As we traverse the path of spiritual awakening, it's essential to celebrate the journey. Each step, whether perceived as success or failure by the ego, contributes to our growth and understanding. By acknowledging and celebrating our progress, we reinforce the idea that true validation comes from within, independent of external outcomes. I invite you to share your own experiences and insights on transcending the ego's quest for validation in the comments below. Let this space be a community where we support each other on our spiritual journeys. Together, we can inspire and learn from one another as we navigate the profound terrain of the ego and spirituality. In concluding this exploration of transcending the ego's quest for validation in spirituality, I invite you to embark on your own introspective journey. Recognize the ego's patterns, embrace the authenticity of your being, and discover the profound joy that comes from validating yourself from within. May your path be filled with self-discovery, compassion, and the liberating wisdom that emerges when we transcend the ego's limitations. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and most importantly, stay true to your beautiful journey. This is Change Your Life, signing off with immense gratitude. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next exploration.